Good morning, everyone. We'll start in 2 minutes. Very good morning, Drupad. Uh, I'll just open the YouTube channel in my phone so I can access your chats. Give me 1 minute. Good morning, Lokanathan. Alright, friends, let's start off now. Perfect. So, friends, let's go to the next part now, theory of constraints. Friends, can you please read through this question? I'll give you a minute's time, after which we will do it together. Good morning, Vivin. Good morning, Suhail. Alright, friends, let's do it now. So, Z is producing two types of products. One is Z and the other one is C. Okay, they have told the machine hours available is how much? 4,000 hours. So I'll write down over here working note number 1. Just a minute. Machine hours available. Okay, sorry, I'll write down the heading as what? The heading would be basic data. In that point number A would be what now? Machine hours available. Now tell me, what is the machine hours that is available over here? Is it turning out to be 4,000 hours? 4,000 hours. Now they have given the selling price, material cost, machine hours per unit is given, demand is given, and outside booking is given. We'll go to that part later. Due to poor productivity level, the CEO is planning to introduce throughput accounting. The overall factory cost is 142,60,000. $142,60,000. These are the only two things that will come in the basic data. From friends, from this we have understood hours being available only 4,000 means hours is what we will call it as the bottleneck. Bottleneck is basically nothing but resources available, okay, is less than the resources required. Same thing in marginal costing, you call it as what? You call it as key factor. In throughput accounting, you call it as a bottleneck. Can you quickly write down this so I can go to the next page now? Alright friends, I'll write down working note number 2 now. So whenever we have a bottleneck, we should find out the throughput contribution per hour. Okay, so I'll draw a table now, particulars. What are the two products over here? One is Z and the other one is D. Okay, point number A will be what now? It will be selling price, that is 16,000, and the second one turns out to be how much? 4,000. Okay, what is the material cost over here? Material cost would turn out to be how much? 7,000 and 1,200. 7,000 and 1,200. Okay, from this we can find out the throughput contribution. Friends, throughput contribution is nothing but selling price minus material cost or other variable cost. Basically, labor cost is not taken over there because it's assumed that labor cost is a fixed cost. Okay. So here we would get the answer as how much? 9,000, and here we would get the answer as 2,800. Okay. After which we will be having the time available. What is the time told over here? 1.6 hours. And what about the time told over here? It will be 0.8 hours. So once I get this, can I find out what is going to be my throughput contribution per hour? Okay. Let's take a calculator and do this. It will be 5625 for the first one, and it will be 3,500 for the second one. So ranking wise, if you see, rank 1 would be product Z and rank 2 will be product D. Can you quickly write down this so I can go to the next part? Once you're written, just let me know, just chat and let me know that you're done, so I'll go to the next one. Alright, I believe you are done with this. I'll go to the next page now. So once you get the throughput contribution, we can ideally do the allocation. What is the maximum demand that is told over here? 2,000 and 1,600 units, right? I'll just go to working note number 3. Okay. Total hours required. Particulars Z D. Okay. Point number A. Point number A would be what now? Maximum demand. What is the demand that is told over here? Is it told as 2,000 units for the first one? And is it told as 1,600 for the second one? Point number B would be time per unit. What is the time per unit? Is it 1.6 hours? And the second one is how much? 0.8 hours. So from this we can actually find out our total hours. So what is 2000 into 1.6? 3,200, and the second one would be 1,280. So once you add up these two numbers, do I get the total hours as 4,480 hours is required? Okay. What is the total hours which is available? Can you tell me? That I think we already got in the question. It's how many hours? 4,000 hours. Okay. Hence, hours is a bottleneck. Can you please write down this in your book so I can go to the next page? I'll give you a minute's time. By chance you are unable to complete in a minute, you can also write it down later. I just want to try completing the RTP at the earliest. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Now I'll write down working note number 4. Okay, optimum allocation. Let us first do what would be the optimum allocation. So it will be particulars. What are the names of the two products? Z and D. Okay. Point number A would be maximum demand. What is the maximum demand that we are having over here? Is it 2000 and 1600? 2000 and 1600. Okay. We also know what is the total hours required. So what is the total hours required? 3200, 1280. Okay. What is the ranking that we already have? Z was 1 and D was 2. Okay. So based on this, what should be the hours that we should allocate over here? 3200 and only 800 over here. 800 is nothing but the balancing figure, because total hours what we are having is how much? 4000. Okay. So optimum units would be 3200 divided by 1.6, that is 2000 units for the first one. 800 divided by 0.8, only 1000 units should come over here. We know the throughput contribution per unit also. How much is the throughput contribution per unit that we are having? Is it 9000 and 2800? 9000, 2800. So now tell me, what is 2000 into 9000? That would be 180 lakhs for this one. Okay. And here it will be 2800 into 1000. That should be 28 lakhs. So once you add up these two things, you get the answer as how much? 208 lakhs. Can you write down this? This should be the optimum contribution. Can you please write down this in your books now? Once you're done, please chat and let me know that you're done. Okay. Alright, this is supposed to be the optimum contribution, but unfortunately what has happened is they already have online booking. So this much anyways they have to allocate, only the balance is what they can allocate now. Am I right? So I'll write down the next working note as the actual allocation. Okay, particulars. We have Z and then we have D, sorry. Okay. Now, what is the maximum demand? Is it turning out to be 2000 and 1600? 2000 and 1600. Point number B over here would be online booking. What is the online booking turning out to be? Is it turning out to be 400 units for the first one? And is it turning out to be 1200 units for the second one? Then I will write down balance demand. Is it 1600? And here it will be 400. Okay. Now let us say hours consumed for online booking. Look, here it is 400. So it will be 400 into what? 1.6. How much is 400 into 1.6? Is that turning out to be 640 hours? And here it is 1200 into 0.8. That is 960 hours is already gone. So 640 plus 960 would give you the answer as 1600 hours is gone. Okay. Remaining hours which we are allocating. What is the remaining hours that we will have over here now? Will we have 2400 hours remaining? Total is 4000. Am I right? So 2400 hours divided by 1.6 if I do, I will get 1500 units more. So, sorry, I'll just put it this way. This entire 2400 hours I would prefer allocating to Z and nothing I want to allocate to D. Okay. So once I put it this way, this 2400 hours what we have divided by 1.6, I will be getting units. So will I get 1500 units over here and 0 units over here, which means now what has happened, because already 1200 units of online booking is accepted, we could produce only online 400 and here it will be 1500. Total will turn out to be how much now? 1900. I'll just show you over here now. So we have Z and we have D. 1900 units of Z and how many units of D is going now? 1200 units of D is going. What is the contribution that we are having per unit? 9000 and 2800. Alright, so what will be 1900 into 9000? That would turn out to be 171 lakhs. 1200 into 2800 would be 333 lakhs 60,000. Okay, so what is the total that I'll get over here? 171 lakh plus 33.6 would give you 204.60 lakhs. So just write down this, friends. I'll give you a minute's time. Please write down this. Murli, your doubt is optimum units. Why do we take it as 2000 and 1000 over here? Is it? You're talking about the first one. Look, we have total hours required as 3200 and here it is 800 hours is the balancing figure. Murli, I'll repeat this part once again. Listen very carefully. See, this is the maximum demand, 2000, 1600. Ideally, I should satisfy this full demand. Here, I can't satisfy the full demand because hours are limited. To satisfy this full demand, I will require at least 4480 hours. But I am having only how many hours with me? 4000 hours. So from this 4480, first I will do allocation to Z because it is having a higher contribution per hour. 5625 is the contribution per hour. So first I will allocate over here. Then whatever is remaining balance I will allocate over here. That is how the whole plan goes. Okay. So once I put it this way, you get the answer as 208 lakhs is the optimum. But now under the new methodology, we got the answer as how much? 204.6 lakhs only. Can you write down this in your books? I'll give you a minute's time. Alright friends, I hope you have put up till here in your books. Okay, I'll go to the next part. Just draw this chart, 204.6 lakhs. Okay, so we are done with this part also. Shall I go to the next part now? Okay, once you have written down till here, let us see what is the loss of contribution. So I'll write down the next working note heading, loss of contribution. Okay, in this I'll write down point number A would be optimum contribution. Optimum contribution. Ideally, the optimum contribution was how much? Was it 208 lakhs? Okay. Point number B would be contribution since online booking was accepted. Online booking was accepted. That turns out to be how much? 204.60 lakhs. Okay. So 208 minus 204.6 lakhs would give you the answer as 3.40 lakhs. This is what I will call it as loss of contribution. Okay, I'll give you a minute, please write down, then I'll go to the next part. Alright, friends, have you put up till here in your books? I'll go to the next part now. Let's read the question one by one now. Okay, what are the questions? They are asking, use throughput accounting, prepare a statement to determine the optimum product mix and the maximum profit for the next year. Have you already got the answer for that? 208 lakhs. Calculate the amount of profit lost due to acceptance of online booking of the products. Have you also got the loss over there also? Recommend the options to be followed in order to avoid any loss of profit. That is what we showed you. Rather than going for purely online booking, what are the options that we can follow? Cell Z first and after that D. Maybe I'll write down this in your books. The next working note heading would be options to be followed, okay, to maximize profit. Okay. A few options are option number 1, as I told earlier, sell Z first, only then we should sell D. This is option number 1. Option number 2 over here would be, try increasing the hours. Increasing the hours would not make it a bottleneck. Make it a bottleneck. So this way also, once the hours goes up, you produce Z also, produce Z also. Your profit will go on increasing. I'll give you a minute. Can you please write down this in your books now? Alright friends, now I'll go to the next requirement. The next requirement over here is that list the various ways through which price customization could be done. Friends, this has nothing to do with this question of throughput accounting. Okay, one more thing friends, even before we go forward, there is something called as TA ratio. I will find out that also. TA ratio. TA ratio, the formula is throughput contribution per hour divided by factory cost per hour. Alright, so let's do this together now. First we will find out factory cost per hour would turn out to be, how much would be the factory cost per hour? It will be 142,60,000. This is the total factory cost divided by how many hours are there? 4,000 hours. You will get the answer as 3565. Okay, so I'll draw a table now. Particulars ZD. Okay, point number A would be what now? It will be throughput contribution per hour. So what is going to be the throughput contribution per hour that we already got earlier? Was it 5625 and 3500? 5625 and here it is 3500. Okay, factory cost per hour is how much? 3565. Okay, so what is the TA ratio that you get over here? The TA ratio would be 5625 divided by 3565, that is 1.57. 3500 divided by 3565 is 0.98. The logic of this is, for every 1 rupee of factory cost, Z is getting a contribution of 1.57, and for every 1 rupee of factory cost, D is getting a contribution of only 0.98. So ranking wise, it will be rank 1, rank 2. Is this the same rank we got earlier also? Please write down this, after which I'll go to the next part. Alright friends, so we are done with this part also. Can I go to the next one now? Okay, let's go to the next part. Next question is, list the ways through which price customization could be done. Friends, that's a theory question from the chapter of pricing. I will tell you what are the 4 methodologies of price customization now. Okay. Point number 1, we can draw a chart like this. Okay. Point number 1 can be based on product line. Okay. Second one would be based on customers' past behavior. Third one can be based on demographics. Alright, and the fourth one is called as time differential. Okay. For example, product line. Friends, we can give 2 types of product line. One, we can give a ready-made product. I can give a ready-made shirt, or I can give a customized shirt. A customized shirt will definitely have a higher price compared to a ready-made shirt. Why? Because a ready-made shirt is already made. You just have to go and buy it. Customization, they have some extra work involved. Past behavior can be categorized into 2 parts. Okay, a credit-worthy customer. In the past, he has made the payment promptly. Okay, no credit worthiness. Okay, if he is a credit-worthy person, you would not have a problem giving him a discount. If he is having no credit worthiness, then you don't prefer giving him a discount. Demographic, for example, senior citizen, once they buy a railway ticket, they end up paying less money. Whereas a normal, a person who is not a senior citizen would end up paying more. That is the logic of price customization. Time differential means if somebody is giving us a contract, let us say that we will associate with you for 5 years. Other fellow is giving you a contract. I will associate with you for only 1 year. This guy, you will charge a higher price, and this guy, since he is there with you for a long term, you will charge him a lower price. Can you just draw this chart in your books? I'll give you a minute's time. Alright friends, I'll now go to the next part. Okay, the next part is, given that Z and D are in the maturity stage and introduction stage. Wait, I just write down. We have Z and we have D. Okay, Z is coming in which stage? It is coming in the maturity stage. And D is coming where? D is coming in the introduction phase. Alright, they are saying state the most appropriate pricing policy that could be followed. If it is an introduction phase, normally if it is a unique product, if it is a completely unique product, we should go by price skimming method. If it is a regular product, okay, in that case we should go by price penetration method. That is what Geo did. Price or charge a very low price and then hike it up. If this is already in a maturity phase, then the price is already established. Okay, I don't think you can go and do something about the price. One thing what you can do is you can definitely add some new features. Add some new features. Okay, can you please put up till here in your books now? I'll give you a minute's time, after which I'll go to the next part. Alright friends, if you are done with this, we are done with this question. Shall we go to the next one now? Okay, let us go to the next question. Ethical and non-financial consideration. Okay, this question, look at the size of this question, but it would get over very quickly. First time when I read this question, I got scared. My God, they are doing linear programming problem, LPP, etc. is coming. This question must be difficult. But the answer is actually a one-liner theory question. Okay, let us read and understand this question. As I told you, whenever we have a theory question coming up, okay, we would go by the 4 steps. Okay, step number 1, as I told you, would be facts of the case. Okay, step number 2 would be the theory part. Okay. Step number 3 would be analysis, and step number 4 would be conclusion. Normally these two things we write down together because analysis by itself would be the conclusion also. Okay, let us now read through the questions. I'll write down Roman number 1, facts of the case. Point number A. ABC is specializing in manufacture of chemical intermediaries in a very competitive business environment. ABC is a public listed company with majority of the shareholders being investors like mutual fund, etc. So they are manufacturing some chemical intermediaries. ABC manufactures chemical intermediaries. Okay. Now down when I go, it is located in a water scarce zone in Tamil Nadu. There are restrictions in tapping underground water. Penal provision will apply in case of violation. The production process requires water and the amount of water that can draw is limited to 19,000 kiloliters. Maximum water which could be drawn is equal to 19,000 kiloliters. Alright, they have told 1 kiloliter is how many liters? 1,000 liters. Purchase of water is not an option as it's highly erratic and exorbitant on cost. You cannot buy water. Company manufactures 2 types of chemicals now, chemical A, chemical B, and they are sold in kilograms. Okay, the company is in process of making a business plan based on the actual operating data, taking into consideration the inflation and the possible price increase that it can obtain from the market. The following costing details have been arrived at. They are giving the capacity, selling price is given, variable cost is given, water, that is liters per kg, is given. So basically from this we can find out the contribution per hour, etc. etc. Under the income tax laws, company with a turnover of 250 crore or less are taxed at 25% against the normal 30%. If turnover less than 250 crore, okay, tax is 25%. Else, it is how much percentage? It is 30%. Alright. The company intends to keep its sales to 2021 equal to 250 crore or slightly less because they want to claim the 25% tax benefit. See friends, if my turnover is 249.99 crore, I pay 25%. If it becomes 252 crore, I end up paying 30% on my entire profit. Flat 5% will become huge. That is the reason they are keeping it at a minimum. Okay. With capacity constraints, the company has understood there is no way they can sell more than 250 crore also. Only a marginal increase will be possible, and that too 30% will make their life miserable. CFO asked the management consultant to work out the volumes of A and B which would provide maximum profit. So ABC has appointed a consultant who would inform them of the optimum product mix. Alright, I will go to the next point. She proposes another mix which does not. Now, what she has consulted worked out the following product mix using linear programming. I got scared looking at all this. Where the company could end up drawing excess water than permitted by 113 kiloliters, but would result in a contribution of 30 lakh. Okay. consultant has provided a new product mix which will give extra contribution of how many lakhs? 30 lakhs. But the serious point over here is, but ABC would end up drawing a little more water. So now they are thinking, let me keep quiet. Let us not tell to the department that we are drawing little more water. It is okay, absolutely fine. We will be making 30 lakh rupees more. That is a huge return that is coming over here. Drawing excess water by 113 kilos. Water by 113 kilo. More water has to be drawn. Okay. She says it is easily possible to do this by managing the reporting to the water authorities. When you give a report to the water authorities, slightly manipulate it. That is what she's trying to say. Friends, now is that an ethical way of doing business? Here if you see A, B, they are giving optimum suggested. Contribution right now is 71.5. Suggested will give us 71.8. But what will happen? 8 lakh, 7 lakh, 75. Here it will become 9 lakh, 9 lakh 30. It will go up. And the water usage of 19,000 liter will now become 19,113 kiloliter. Question is very simple. Once I read all this, I got so scared. My God, linear programming is coming. Income tax is coming. Okay. Key factor analysis is coming. Then they are asking, CFO is not satisfied with the calculation. He wants you to come up with a proper disclosure. Friends, now we have written down the facts of the case. Okay. After this, we will go to Roman number 2. In Roman number 2, what are we going to write? We have to write down the theory. We have to write down the theory for ethical consideration. We should say, even though profit making is one of the factors that we are considering, we should not ignore the ethical consideration which are also connected with the same thing. If we ignore the ethical consideration, tomorrow it will affect the goodwill and indirectly it will affect the valuation of the company also. That is what we are going to come over here. Next point. Okay, this is about ethical consideration. We will write down theory. Then we will write down analysis and conclusion, where we would say, even though you are making extra profit, even though additional contribution is made, the same is not recommended, keeping ethical considerations. Okay. One more very good point which was told over here is that if somebody does a whistleblowing, what do you mean by whistleblowing? Somebody goes and tells of these people are fraud, whole company's reputation is gone forever. If whistleblowing happens, company's reputation will be damaged. Okay, can you write down this and finish it off? I'll give you a minute's time, just write down quickly, then we will go to the next question. Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books? Can I go to the next page now? Harry Vincent, you have a very good doubt. Writing simple sentence like this is fine, or will the ICA require more standardized sentence? Look, I myself wrote my exam using this language. This is simple. See, there are two things. You make something complicated, the person who reads it doesn't understand, he will definitely not give you marks. Are you getting my point? What is more important from the exam point of view is that when suppose I'm correcting your paper, in my mind I just have one question: are you qualified enough to become a chartered accountant? Because we are at the final level. So what is more important is, are you understanding the question properly? Okay, are you able to analyze the question properly? That is very, very important over here. And once you're writing in a professional manner, you're giving the facts of the case, you're giving all the points one by one, it gives a message to the valuer that you have clarity in your thought process. Once you have clarity in what you are doing, definitely you will be getting marks. Okay, there is nothing like you should write some complicated words and that will make them give you some extra marks. Okay, this simple language but to the point, A, B, C, write down and finish it off. That's the best way of writing in the examination. Okay. Alright friends, I hope you have all put up till here in your books. Let's go to the next question now. Next question is a question on DPP. It is a little bit of a long question. Friends, let's do this tomorrow. Let's not spend any time on this today. We will do this tomorrow. Alright. I hope these two questions what we did today were understandable to all of you friends. Alright, let me share one lesson for all of you today now. Okay. Let us talk about, I don't know if I have spoken about this. Okay. Have I spoken about the 5 a.m. club? I think I spoke on this on the first day. Maybe I'll just share. There are a few rules over here which everybody needs to know. And this rule is important, hence I am repeating this once again. It is called a 91 and it is called a 60-10 technique. Friends, this book is a very powerful book. Don't read right now, you might not have time for it. Friends, you want to do your best performance. In fact, yesterday I took a poll on my Telegram channel. That is when I am getting to know many people are stressed out now and they are unable to study. Friends, to get peak performance, you have to take care of your mind, you have to take care of your body. Until you take care of your mind and you take care of your body, your mind will not take care of you, your body will not take care of you. So friends, I know many of you want to study but you're all stressed out and because of the stress you're unable to study. So right now I'm going to share you a lifestyle which will help you to beat stress, which way you will be able to get the best results, and what is more important is studying well, storing things in your mind and completing it. What this method says is that in the morning you should be spending, the moment you wake up, you should spend 1 hour which is to take care of your body and also to take care of your mind. Okay, what it says is that once you wake up, you should spend 20 minutes doing some intense exercise. Intense would mean first 10 minutes you do warm up and the second 10 minutes you can do extreme. Why? Because you should sweat and your body's blood circulation should go up. Now from exam point of view, are you wasting your time by doing this exercise? The answer is no, because only if your blood circulation is smooth and your body is relaxed, then only your body will allow you to store some data in your mind. So this is not something which is a luxury, this is a necessity for all of you. Understood? Second thing what you are supposed to do is, next 20 minutes you should do some meditation. In this meditation, I will be going on depth on a later day. There is a powerful technique called as auto-suggestion. Alright? What you have to do is very simple. First you have to relax. Take some deep breaths. Tell to yourself relax, 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 relax and make your mind very, very cool. After you do that, you have to visualize. You have to visualize that you are a chartered accountant already. You should not visualize I am going to be a CA. You should feel like yes, I am already a chartered accountant. I have prepared so well, the exams are over, I am already a CA. Only when you start doing it that way, you will start believing. Otherwise, what will happen? That will always remain a future tense. Visualize you are a CA and then you tell to yourself, yes, I am a CA. Yes, I am a CA. Yes, I am a CA. Feel that, tell to yourself and repeat that again and again and again and again and again. By doing so, what actually you are doing is, you are installing some thoughts in your mind. you are creating some vibrations in your mind, and that vibrations will be there throughout the day. When you're not studying, you're sitting and relaxing, then you will say, no, 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 I am a CA, and for becoming a CA, I should have done all these things, so I should do it. And you end up doing it, friends. So my request to all of you is, last 20 minutes they are asking you to read something new. In your case, you can read your CA material only because you don't have time right now to read many other books. So my request to all of you is, morning once you get up, 20 minutes please do intense exercise. Remaining 20 minutes please do some relaxed deep meditation session so that your mind becomes cool. This way your body is taken care of, your mind is taken care of, you become fresh. After that you have to go and use these two rules. One is called as the 91. 91 rule means, out of all the subject, which is the topic that you find the toughest, the worst thing, that you do it first thing in the morning. Spend 90 minutes on this thing which you find it most excruciating or most difficult and finish it off. It is called as swallowing the big frog. Once in the morning you complete that big task, your willpower will slowly come down. Then whole day you can't study in that 90-minute deep concentration is not possible. After that you go by a technique called as 60-10 technique, which means you study for 60 minutes, one topic, have a 10 minutes relaxation mind. Relaxation means not checking your phone, having a walk here and there, etc., etc. Alright? And this 60 minutes has to be intense learning. Okay, you should give your mind maximum challenge. 10 minutes has to be intense rest. And I would say, if your ideal time for you would be maybe waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, have a learning session till 10 a.m. 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, try taking a power nap or sleep for 1 hour. Alright, if you get this sleep, that is intense resting. Then from 11 o'clock till 5 o'clock, your brain is going to work again in a very, very intense mode, because that is a time when your exam is going to happen. Am I right? Evening, once the exam is over, again you take a 30-minute of power nap. This sleep will help you a lot to store all the data in your mind. And evening, let us say you sleep by 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. you wake up by 4 a.m. So what would happen is you're sleeping 6 hours at night plus 1 hour in the morning plus a 30 minutes. In total, if you have a 24-hour day, in this 24-hour day, 7.5 hours is going in proper sleep. Sleep is amazing rest. Okay. Let us say 1 hour is going for your exercise and meditation. And 24 hours, if you remove this, how many hours are still remaining with you? You are still left with 15.5 hours in a day. In this 15.5 hours, you study for 13 hours properly. You will surely pass. The problem is we ignore the sleep part, we ignore the exercise part, then we sit and study. That is when you get frustrated and then we end up watching our phone, etc. So friends, this was my message to all of you today. First, 20-20-20, take care of your body, take care of your mind. Okay, then spend 90 minutes doing what is most difficult for you. After that, only spend 60 minutes doing some intense study, 10 minutes break. In between, you take 3 times of sleep. Your brain needs sleep at this time, and it requires some good food, good exercise. That way you take care of your mind and body. Your mind and body will take care of your studies for sure. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Have a nice time ahead. I would now share this PPT in the Telegram channel. Please subscribe to the Telegram channel so you can get all the PPTs and the video links also. Alright, I'm sharing it here now. sharing is done. All right. Thank you so much, friends. Have a nice time ahead. Thanks a lot.